Are you building and nurturing your own email list? If not, you're throwing tons of money on the table. Hi, I'm Cindy J, the Visibility Wiz, and the host of Biz Success in 15, where you get tips on how to step into who you are with outrageous confidence so that you can build visibility, influence, and profits. I can't tell you how many times I hear, oh, I don't need an email list. I have all these people on my social media platform. Or I don't need an email list because, because the open rate is too low. There's so many excuses that I have heard for people not building their email list. Another thing I hear from a lot of people is like, oh, yeah, I have an email list, but I haven't emailed them for months. I've got this gift to get people into my email list, but I'm afraid to email them too much, so I only email them once a month. And, I never get any response from them. The people on my list, they just don't buy. So that's why today we're talking about list building demystified. List building is the most important asset of your business. Building a list is your customer base. You need to remember that it's your customer base. Some people say that each member or each person on your list is worth $1 each month. But that's only if you are nurturing them and you're giving them valuable content. They signed up for your email list because they were interested in what you have to say. They were interested in the free gift that you offered them. Let me repeat that. They signed up for your list because they are interested in you and what you have to offer them. So if you don't give them anything, you're like that sucky date that you think went really well, but they never call you. They never text you. They never call you. They never email you. They just ghost you. So stop ghosting your list. It's so important. I'm going to be sharing some benefits of list building, but first let me share with you, if you don't have a list, it is something you need to be doing for your entire life of your business. 7 and 8 figure earners are still building their list. They haven't just built a list to so much and stop. They understand the importance of building the list and they continue to do so. As I said earlier, your list is your most important asset of your business. So some people, they get really hung up in the tech aspect of building a list. So what you need is you need a free gift to offer people in exchange for their email. And this is how you start building the list. You can create a little PDF, you can create an infographic, a checklist, a little audio, videos. You can create just about anything. One of the important things about what you create, you need to make sure that it's something that your ideal audience wants. It answers a question that they're trying to figure out. For instance, I'm the Visibility Wiz. So some of the free gifts I've offered are, with this, you can go to visibilitychecklist.com and download your visibility checklist, right? So I'm offering you a checklist. I've also if you go to my website, you'll see 5 secrets to online visibility. So everything that I am offering, the only people that are going to pick it up is if they're interested in increasing their online visibility. One of my other gifts is how to be a trusted and in-demand expert. Again, because in my business, I'm all about visibility plus influence equals profits. So everything that I create has something to do with that. So therefore, only people that are interested in it are signing up for my list. It's the same for you. You create a cool lead magnet, a free gift, And you start offering it to people whenever they know what it is and whenever it solves a problem that they're having or a challenge they're having, they're going to download it. But you don't want to ghost them after they download it. Now you should have them in what's called a nurture sequence. And this is between 5 to 10 emails where they get to know more about you and you get to know more about them. And you want, with your email nurture sequence, you're sending them in the very first email how to get the gift. Then you're sending them an email asking them if they've downloaded it yet and if they have any questions. And then you can send them an email that says your story and why you're so passionate about helping people in your niche. And on that, you can say, hey, I really want to know about you. Click reply and let me know who you are and what your goals are. And then you can send them a testimonial or two, some case studies, so they understand how you help people. And then you can invite them to a sales call if you want, or you can invite them to a webinar or something where you can take it to the next level where they may potentially become paying customers. After they've gone through the nurture sequence, then you put them in your regular email list. With your regular email list, you need to send a minimum of 1 email a week. To me, the sweet spot is between 3 to 5. I have colleagues that email each and every day, and they don't lose subscribers. So why aren't you emailing your list? You know what the number one answer to that question is? And you might be thinking it yourself. I don't want them to unsubscribe. If I email them, they're going to unsubscribe, or I don't want to bother them. Now, let me ask you 2 things. If you only talk to your best friend once or twice a year or once a month, are they going to think that you think very much of them? Probably not. Or if you have if you're living with a significant partner, a husband or a wife or a significant other, if you only talk to them once a month, how long would your relationship last? Not too long. Remember that having a list is a relationship building thing. You want to build a relationship with your people. And you know what? When they unsubscribe, that just means they're not a good fit for you. So energetically wish them well on their journey. Let them go, release them so they can find the mentors that they want. Your email list is a revolving door. You should consistently have ways to build your list and knowing that you're going to have people that are leaving as well. It's a revolving door, but you're going to find more and more and more people on your list who absolutely love you, who read all of your emails, who open them all, who just can't wait to see what you're sharing with them next, especially whenever you're sharing valuable information that they need, valuable information that is going to help them with whatever niche you're in. So this is how you start. One thing I get asked a lot too is, how do I deliver that free gift? You can just put it in Google Drive and then make it to where anybody that has the link can view it, and put that link in your email. Like, here's the free gift, and put that link in there so they can click on it and get it. It used to be a lot more difficult, but I find more and more people are utilizing Google Drive because it truly is a great way for you to deliver your free gift as you add people on. Anytime you speak, you need to be asking people to join your list. All of your social media platforms, whichever ones you're on, you should be asking people to join your list. Because you know what? I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say, oh my God, I had 10,000 people in my Facebook group and I've just been put in Facebook jail and I lost all these contacts. Or there's a glitch in the computer and I lost 100 or 1,000 contacts from LinkedIn or Instagram or any place else. Because if these are followers over there, they're not your customer base, they're followers. And your job is to make them followers into your customer base. Your email is your customer base. You own it. The top two email platforms that I highly recommend are Aweber or ActiveCampaign. There's lots of reasons why. I have tried several ones. I know a lot of new people like to go to MailChimp because it's free at first. MailChimp is, to me, is very difficult to learn, has no customer service. Aweber is very, very affordable, and they have A+ customer service. ActiveCampaign also has A+ customer service, and ActiveCampaign has so many bells and whistles that it's just going to grow with you as you grow your business. So I highly recommend ActiveCampaign or Aweber, and I will put the link in on bizsuccessin15.com/list building demystified. So it's list-building-demystified, and you can click on the links and maybe read a little review why I recommend both of these products. So next, now that you've got them on your list and you are nurturing them, you're sending them. Don't think you can come up with content. You can send them just like, hey, I created a new podcast episode today. Click here to read it. Or I was a guest on Cindy's Facebook Live. Go watch it. Or I just read this really cool article in Parents Magazine. Here it is. Go read it. And this is why I thought it was cool. Or if you read something that just totally goes against you, you can send them a link to it and in your email say why you disagree with it. I did this once. I read something about the article is something about sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And they were saying how true that statement was. And I was like, no, 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 no. I do not believe that statement is true. Sticks and stones may break my bones, and my bones are going to heal, and I'm going to forget about it. But words linger in our minds for the rest of our lives, and they can wreak havoc with everything that we do. For instance, my father told me if I ever shared my writing with anyone, I would be a laughingstock. So for over 20 years, I did not let anybody read anything that I wrote. So those words hurt me more than like a broken bone does. So remember, so it really got under my skin. So I wrote this rebuttal of this post and I shared it with my community. So that way they get to know who I am, what my beliefs are. Because believe me, whenever you start talking about controversial things or you start disagreeing with people, it makes you more trustworthy. Because now I'm showing them my point of view, but I'm also sharing this other point of view that I totally disagree with. And this adds a lot of value to your clients. So remember that. So let's look at some of the benefits of having your own email list. So the very first benefit is this direct communication with your audience. When somebody's reading their email, they're not getting a notification every second. So-and-so just posted something, or this video just landed, or Mary just hopped online, or Janie's going live, right? It's a direct communication with your audience, and it's yours. You are 100% in control of how you want this communication to go. So you're talking to your audience, you're sharing stuff with them, and they are not being distracted by all these things while they are reading your email. The second benefit of email is you can segment it. You can segment your audience based on their interests, behavior, or their preferences, what state they live in, what country they live in, whatever it is. Then you can send emails that's very relevant to them based on these preferences. A third benefit is it's increased engagement. And you might say, huh? How is it increased engagement if I'm sending them an email? Well, you always have call to actions with them. And whenever, your whole purpose is you want to engage with them and you want to create a loyal audience. And according to studies, email has a higher open rate and click-through rate than social media. Let me repeat that. Email has a higher open rate and click-through rate than social media. With email, you're not so much fighting all the algorithms of the social media. So you want to utilize your social media to build your list, and you want to really continuously provide valuable information because it's a higher open rate and click-through rates than social media. Also, you have more control over your audience. As I just said, your social media platforms, they can change the algorithms constantly, and they do. They change them constantly. And you are at the mercy of whatever they're doing. But if you have your email list, you own it. And your email list is not going to be changing algorithms. You're not changing the algorithm. People can always opt into your list. They can mark it as spam. They can say they don't want to. They can unsubscribe from it. They can do all these things, but they are in control of what they receive too. So this way you're getting more engagement with them. Another benefit of having your own email is increased sales and revenue. 85% of online sales come from email. Let me repeat that. 85% of online sales go through an email. So if you don't have an email list and you're not nurturing it and you're not consistently sending emails to your list, how much money are you laying on the table? Are you really building a business? Your business needs a customer base. If you go to a mall and you see a Cinnabons or a Mrs. Fields cookies, they're offering samples. But they offer these samples to all the passerbyers because they want you to come in and they want you to purchase their product. So if you go to, we'll just stay with Mrs. Fields. So Mrs. Fields, if you're walking down a mall, everybody in that mall is not Mrs. Fields' customer. It's not their customer base. It just isn't. This is the big giant pond that they have to fish from. But whenever somebody comes up and tastes one of their cookies, well, now this is a really hot lead because they've got a taste of the cookie. Now, yeah, some people are going to taste it and they're going to walk away. But other people that taste it are going to buy cookies and they're going to fall in love with the cookies and they're going to repeatedly go back to Mrs. Fields for these cookies. They're going to buy the cookies for their family and friends. And you have to remember, this is how your email list works. You're offering them a cookie. Some people aren't going to accept it. They're going to keep walking by, and that's fine. And some people are going to love that cookie, and they're going to want more and more and more. And other people might taste it and leave, unsubscribes, right? But this is how you are creating your loyal base of your customer base. So with that, I hope that you go out there. If you don't already have a list, get ActiveCampaign or Aweber. Start building your list because your list is your customer base. And businesses are always valued based on their customer base. For instance, even before the internet, I worked for a small credit reporting agency. And she wanted to sell the agency. So the people that came in, they wanted to know who her customer list was. So she had to provide all of her customer list for them to base how much money her business was worth. If you build up a 7-figure business, they're not just saying, hey, you've made 7 figures, so your business is worth 7 figures. It's going to be based on the email list and the responsiveness of the email list. So I personally don't believe that you have a good business that you can grow and nurture unless you have an email list. As I said at the beginning, every single 7 and 8 figure earner still has a list and they still continue to grow it. So to build your email list, you want to offer the free gift. You want to offer it on all the social media platforms, on your website. Anytime you speak, you want to offer the gift. You can also join giveaways and summits or host your own giveaway or your own summit to build your list. You can also collaborate with other people, collaborate with other experts. So if you are, if you're a parenting coach, find another parenting coach that has a little bit of a twist on how they do it. They don't do exactly what you do, but your audience will benefit from both of you. You can ask them if they will send your free gift to their email list, and you can do the same. It's a swap. You can also collaborate with somebody else by hosting a webinar. Or if you host a webinar, you can ask other people to promote your webinar, which is going to build your list. You should continuously be building your list, and a minimum of 4 to 6 times a year. You should have a big way where you can build your list and add a lot of subscribers really quickly. So with that, I go out and start building your list. If you have any questions, you can email me at cindyj@cindyjholbrook.com, and I look forward to hearing from you. And stay tuned next week for another episode of Biz Success in 15. Big hugs. Bye-bye.